Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to yet another new music video reaction. Now in today's video I've got another fun one for you, another new band. Now this is going to be from one of the, I believe they're called a deathcore band, so it's one of the first ones for me honestly for this kind of style. But this is going to be by the band Lorna with their, I think it's their newest single called Oblivion. Now before I get into it, I just want to say that I enjoy heavier music. I love alternative music, all that stuff. As you'll see across my channel, it's a lot of stuff that I cover for reviews. However, I'm not the biggest fan of the heaviness of some bands where there's no melody essentially and like that. So we'll see how that impacts the song at all. I've only ever heard like one or two songs by this band a little bit before, just to give you guys a heads up. But again, this is going to be Lorna with their, I think it's their newest single for Oblivion. Here we go. Alright everyone, so that was intense. I mean, I've heard like two other Lorna Shore songs, and I've watched a few videos of them performing live, and so I kind of had a preface, I guess, if you want to call it that, or some idea of knowing a little bit what I was going into with them. Now again, before I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not a huge fan of like the whole deathcore scene, so to speak. I guess that's not my style of music. However, I do appreciate all music overall, even though I may not be something I listen to every single day. So with that out of the way, I will say this much. So, how do I get this started? Basically, so I am a former drummer myself. I've been in a few bands when I was in my teenage years, and although we played primarily pop punk and alternative a little bit, we never played anything anywhere near this level of heaviness or anything like that. However, I can put, and I will put, respect where respect is due for musicianship, talents, insane guitar work, insane screaming, growling, whatever you want to call that, from Will Ramos as far as a singer, screaming really. So I will say that I will put the most respect on that, because you have to have, and I know this from personal experience, you have to have a crap ton of talent and musicianship and professionalism, I will say that much, and creativity for sure, to be able to do what they do as a band on music. Because again, I've heard, this is my third or fourth song now here that I've heard from them, and they're all kind of on the same scope as far as sound goes. So I feel like by then you kind of know a little bit about what it is. I never listened to an album all the way through, but every song I've heard has been like this. So I want to put all that out there first, is that I respect the hell out of them for being able to do this on every single song, because no song by them really sounds the same. Now for me, as far as my ears go and fatigue, and that's what gets to me, and that's why I don't listen to it every single day, because for one thing, their songs are kind of on the longer side, which is not a bad thing in any way. It's like they're usually between 4 minutes and 8 minutes long, which is, you know, normal, getting more normalized, which is awesome. I love that for music these days as well, for how much of a short form content everything is based on these days. So I love the fact that it's longer songs. Now for me at least, once you pull your ears around the, I forget what it's called, even though I'm a former drummer, but the constant drumming on there, and I forget what, I know there's an actual term for it, like a drumming term. I just can't think of what it is right now, just because it's been a long day, honestly. But once your ears get past, or my ears at least, once they get past the drumming being so insistent and constant on the song, and you hear the melody of the guitar and his screaming on there, it kind of all kind of starts to fall in its own place in a way. And what I mean by that is the fact that it really finds its own spot, where if you are hearing it from a first listen, or you're kind of like, you know, I don't want to say new to it, but new to the experience of what it sounds like, it's extremely overwhelming very fast, I'll put it that way. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing. For me, it's a thing where I can only take it in doses. So like, if I listen to this kind of style of music, then I can only listen to it for maybe upwards of, 10-20 minutes, and I need a break hearing wise, because it just does so much, effective, whatever, overwhelming to my head. And it's not like a headache, it just kind of just gets overwhelming to hear so much noise so often. So for me at least, I would say that because they had like 2 breaks in the song overall, like not breakdowns, but 2 breaks not maybe not. I don't know if it was for the story because that story I'll get into in a minute, but um, there was like two breaks where they kind of let the music kind of just like breathe, and weirdly I thought that was almost the most beautiful parts of the song for myself, in my opinion, because not because the music stopped, because the music didn't stop. It was because the guitarist, and I don't know any of their names besides Will, because he's the most like prolific profile of the band as far as like persona, but the guitar work, how it really kind of becomes like a soundscape in those parts, to me was my favorite part of the song. And I feel like this kind of style of music is more prominent for just moshing and throwing down in a pit, which is totally fine if that's what it's made for. Because that's what I see for the most part why people love them so much, is because they can go absolutely insanely nuts and go crazy in the show and the experience, and that's fine. That's a lot of music is made for that experience of seeing it live and going nuts for it. Cool. For me, I need more than that for music. I need it to be emotional, not like sad, but just emotional to attach to it. So for me, it was more of a thing where like the slow parts, like the breaks in there, which with how beautifully they were filled up, as far as like with guitar work and just soundscaping, is was one of the best parts of the whole song for me, because it kind of made me want to then hear again the heaviness, like the heaviness lead up again that was in there, on how it kind of led back into, like you could see even in the cinematography of where they kind of got Will Ramos like his expression, because he was doing his thing of like this, you know what I mean, to when the because like, so you knew the heaviness was coming back, because that's just how it is. But when that was happening in the song, I was ready for it because I had a break from it. Now, the other songs that I've ever listened to from them, which I don't know the titles from them, but the other songs I've heard from them, there's no break. It's just a straight like 4 to 5 minutes, you know, just heaviness, overwhelming kind of thing for me at least. And so I have a hard time even finishing the songs, because as much as I want to, maybe go to appreciate it over time or hearing it enough to where I like it, I can't, because my ears just can't handle it. I'm just not that kind of listener to be into that kind of style. Is what it is for that part. So for that much, I'll say that I think that the guitar work in it is absolutely incredible. I think the drumming is amazing. I think that Will Ramos can scream his ass off, honestly. I have seen some of his like Sleep Token singing covers, and I'm interested to see if he ever sings on a song for Lorna Shore, because he's got some decent vocals. Not great. I'm not going to give him that much credit personally. I think he's a cool dude. I respect him for that, and I think he's got some good covers. And so I would like to see him do some singing on some Lorna Shore songs. Maybe they won't ever do that because it's not the same style, and they want it just to be screaming everywhere, and that's all good too. I don't really care. But again, musically, it's up there for talent, because you have to be talented and creative to make that sound good, and to have it not be repetitive. I mean, it's still repetitive in its own sense, but it can still be beautiful as well. So again, once my ears got past all the drumming being insane and all the guitar work, it did become a more digestible song, for me at least. So that's kind of my overall general feelings towards it. Again, I have absolutely zilch idea of what he's screaming. I didn't turn on the lyrics. I don't really care. I've never been someone where, for this style, like, I don't look into the lyrics that much. Honestly, I take my own meaning out of the music, and then if I like the music enough, then I'll dive into lyrics more and more and more, and kind of go from that point of view. So I don't know what he's screaming about. I'm sure I've seen something of what I've seen some interviews with Will Ramos where he's detailing a little bit about what he's writing about, and that's cool. But for me, that's all I need for the most part. So the video itself was insane. I felt like I was watching a short film, because it's a not almost 9 minute song that's not got much of a break at all for the music. So the whole thing is with music in it. So I think that the video itself is really, really intense. It's kind of like a short film horror movie. I didn't really know what was going on really at all. It just seemed like they were like an apocalyptic, kind of like everyone kills everyone kind of thing. So I'm probably wrong about that, but it's kind of what I took from it as well. But I didn't anticipate all the blood in it. And anyway, I was like, well, it's getting kind of graphic, honestly. But it was well done. Like, I do love the scenic landscaping, as far as like how they were like in the middle of nowhere, and each member of the band had their own spot on like this mountain, and they were each jamming, like each performing their piece to it. And that is, if I have to say this, that is for me one of my favorite things about Lorna Shore as a band, is that these songs are long enough and detailed and eccentric enough to where they can definitely give each member of the band their own piece of the song. And all I mean by that is that they give it's not a solo, like there is a solo in there, but it's not a solo. It's just where you can hear in the mixing and in the mastering, where they give each member of the band their own little 30 seconds, 45 seconds of a song to really shine a little bit more. And not every band has that, where because a lot of bands make again 3 to 4 minute songs at the most, where the 4 minutes is on the longer side. And when you have a song length of that, it's hard to do that. But the cool thing about these longer songs is that when you have that much time in music, you can give more space to the music itself and allow it to breathe more. And again, for me, the best part of the whole song overall was the fact that they had the breaks in there, and it kind of let my ears breathe a little bit, and I could appreciate it more because it made me want to hear more of the heaviness back again. And I love that. I didn't expect that, and I love that it happened in the actual music itself as well. So that's kind of my feeling about it overall. In the comments below, let me know what you think about Lorna Shore. If you like this style of music, if you don't like it, give me some other songs to review and react to. And I'm actually thinking about, for the record, because this is a brand new channel overall, so I'm actually thinking about considering doing a Patreon page where I do not edit out any of the video, because right now I have to edit the video out to avoid copyright issues, where because sometimes it can take upwards of 15, 25, whatever, how many infinite uploads to get around the actual video being on the video. So that's why I don't do much of the video at all, and I just give myself responding to it and how I feel about it. So if you are interested at all in seeing the actual, because I do record the whole entire video itself, I just edit the majority of it out except for like 20 seconds or so. So if you are interested as a viewer of seeing my entire reaction to the whole thing, let me know, and I will do a Patreon page for you guys, because that will take more time to edit for me. But otherwise, let me know what you think about everything in the comments below. Let me know what other bands you want to see on my reviews here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. And if you are new and you like what you see, subscribe as well, please. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next music reaction.